Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about preamps, specifically cheap preamps. Now, one of the first things that people do to upgrade their setup after they've got a turntable is buy an external preamp. Because if you speak to anybody that's on the r/vinyl forum, they'll say that you need to have an external preamp so that you don't get any interference and you'll really improve your sound quality. Or you might have got an entry-level turntable that doesn't actually have a preamp included, but you don't want to spend too much money on an external one so that you can actually start listening to your music. So, to see if you can get any good cheap preamps, I started at the very bottom. I went onto amazon.co.uk and filtered through their prime eligible preamplifiers, and I put it to lowest to highest price, and I got the two lowest price preamps on Amazon. Well, the actual proper, they're full preamps. You could get the preamp circuitry for a lot less, but I wanted a complete working unit. So, the first one is this. This is the DollarTech XHA201. As you can see, it's just very simple. It's got the circuitry in there. This is the tube amplifier, so you've got your little tubes there, and it does glow quite a cool blue when it's powered on. You've got a nice, this is a metal knob, this is a volume knob. We'll talk more about that in a second. You've just got basic RCA in and out. Funny, they've got the colours wrong. Normally it's red for right and white for left, but oh well. AC 12 volt power, and it's in this little acrylic shell. And I personally think this looks quite cool. It's got that 90s, early 2000s transparent tech look. It does feel quite well built, rugged, sturdy. The only thing on it that looks a bit weird are the little stickers that they've put on here. They don't look that polished, but I mean, this was £11.99. Bearing in mind, like I said before, this does accept AC 12 volt power, which isn't the most common. So if you don't have one of those lying around, you will have to buy a power supply because it doesn't come with a full power supply. It does come with this little things for you to splice onto a power supply if you have one. But if you don't have one, then you will have to buy one on Amazon or wherever, and that will cost you a few pounds extra, which is why I got another one. This next one is the AVLink STP2 Phono preamp. This one does include a power supply. It's a DC 9 volt, looks a bit like a little headphone jack there. And this one, including the power supply, was £13.46. So a couple of pounds more expensive than that one, but you do get the power supply as well. So this one is very simple looking. It's just a metal shell, so that's metal. In, out, power, and a little switch. If you notice, none of these have grounding tabs, so you can't ground them. But, I mean, for this price point, as long as it can plug in and it work and it sounds relatively good, then, you know, maybe we can forgive that. But we'll have to see how much hum both of these cause. So, I have done some testing. I have done a direct line sample of both of these preamps, as well as the inbuilt one on my Audio Technica turntable and my Riga Phono preamp, just so we can compare. So as a baseline, first of all, I'm going to play you a little clip that I recorded through the built-in preamplifier of my turntable. And I'm going to play you a clip that I did through my Riga external preamp. So there you go, that's a bit of a kind of baseline for you. Obviously a built-in one which you might be wanting to upgrade. Obviously that's it's not high-end, but it's a respectable mid-range turntable, so it's got quite a nice inbuilt one, so we'll see if these can beat that. And then obviously the much more expensive Riga preamp, which is way more expensive than both of these offerings. So the first one we're going to deal with is this cheaper one, the DollarTech one. Now, I'll play you the clip from it, and then we'll discuss it later. Right, yeah, so as you can see, you must have heard, this is a lot quieter than the other two ones we listened to so far. And this was with the volume cranked all the way up. The volume on the recording device I was used to get this sample all the way up, and the gain level on the software I was using on my computer all the way up as well. And I did give the tubes a long time to warm up, so that wasn't the issue. This is just a very quiet phono preamp. So maybe if you were plugging this into like a big stereo system and you had like a big amplifier, you could get this loud enough. But I wouldn't want to get this any louder, because I don't know if you noticed, there's quite a lot of hiss and noise in the background. So yeah, you can definitely notice the lack of the grounding tab in this one. It's quite noisy. Other than that, the sound quality of the actual music, it was quite good. You could hear a lot of, what was actually in the original track. But yeah, no, it was just very quiet, and you did have that hiss in the background. So yeah, you can kind of see, why this is so cheap. It does look nice, so I'll still probably keep it for that. But so far, not impressed with this one. So the next one, obviously, is our AVLink STP2. Remember, this was $13.46. So here's the clip of this. Right, so this one is a lot louder than that one. Similar kind of noise level as the other two. So you will have to turn up and down your volume just to listen to these. They all had different recording levels. This one and the inbuilt one and the Riga were all recorded at the same level through the software. That's the only one that I had to crank things up. So you can see, what their bass noise is. But yeah, no, very little, if any, background hiss in this. The sound quality was really nice. I don't think it was as good as the inbuilt one or the Riga, but those are from, the Riga itself is nearly £200, and the inbuilt one is part of quite an expensive turntable. So for this being $13.49, I think it sounds really good. I really do. I truly believe that if you're on a budget and you don't have much to spend on a preamp, this one does sound really good for the price. I would highly recommend this, actually. Don't know what I was expecting, but it looks quite basic, but it does feel well made. It's all metal construction, feels sturdy, the switch feels nice, and the sound's quite good as well. So far, if you need a budget preamp, this is my top pick. So again, the AVLink STP2. I'll be leaving a link for this in the description down below. I'll be leaving a link for this one as well. Not that I think for the sound quality is that good, but it is quite cool. And honestly, I'd be kind of one of those people that would buy it just to have a little kind of desk ornament kind of thing there, because it does look cool. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making this and just kind of seeing what you could get for such a low price. If you have anything else that you want me to see if I can find some good cheap options for, let me know down below. and please like, comment and subscribe. And remember, as I do with all my sound tests, there'll be a link to a Google Docs folder so you can hear the full songs that I recorded through each of these, because YouTube will only let me play, you know, a small clip of each. But if you do want to listen to the full samples, that'll be down there as well. So, see you next time, guys. Bye!